They are famous simply for being famous, but before the Kardashians became the stage-managed stars of reality TV, their lives were a car crash of sex, scandal and bust-ups. Now a sensational new book chronicled today by The Sun lifts the lid on the scandalous dynasty founded by Kris Jenner and her first husband Robert Kardashian. Jerry Oppenheimer's new book about the Kardashian dynasty alleges momager Kris Jenner abused Kim and Kourtney. New book claims Robert Kardashian was obsessed with Priscilla Presley, pictured during their relationship in 1976. The Kardashians, an American drama, claims Kim Kardashian's father Robert was obsessed with Elvis Presley's ex-wife Priscilla. Her mum Kris cheated constantly, and the real father of her sister Khloe is disgraced sports star O.J. Simpson. Author Jerry Oppenheimer tells how Robert, who became famous as Simpson's legal advisor in the 1990s, tried to turn Kris into his obedient partner. The lawyer was obsessed with sci-fi thriller The Stepford Wives, in which sinister men turn their lovers into beautiful robots to do all the housework and provide sex on tap. So millionaire Robert set about programming his working-class girlfriend, named Kris Horton at the time. He even sent her self-help audio tapes on how to throw a party and decorate a house. Kris, a beautiful teenager from the rough part of San Diego, must have seemed like an ideal candidate to groom into a model wife. Kris and Robert on their wedding day. Kris holds daughter Khloe next to Rob, who the new book claims is not her real father. Her alcoholic father had walked out when she was 7, leaving her to the care of her formidable grandmother and her mum Mary Jo. But Robert underestimated Kris, who has since amassed a £35 million fortune in becoming the successful momager of daughter Kim. A pal told Oppenheimer that she was the dominant one in the relationship, adding it backfired on him. Kris' mum was determined her daughter would marry a rich man. High school pal Joan Zimmerman thought Mary Jo was kind of pimping her out when the 17-year-old started a relationship with golf pro Cesar Sanudo, who was more than 10 years her senior. But Kris was bowled over when she first met Robert, the son of a wealthy meatpacking magnate and one of Beverly Hills' most eligible bachelors, at a horse racing track. Kardashian kids Kim, Kourtney, Khloe and Rob pull faces for the camera. Kim, Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian in family snap. She was soon cheating on Cesar with the handsome Armenian-American with the streak of grey in his slickered back hair. He was also smitten and proposed just 3 weeks after she split from Cesar. But Kris knocked him back. Robert soon had his sights set on Priscilla Presley. Elvis' ex-wife is described as kinky in the book. Oppenheimer writes while he was making love to Priscilla, she would get incoherent phone calls from Elvis. She would put the receiver on the pillow and let him listen. Priscilla later ended their relationship by saying, "I'm not going to marry anyone until Elvis dies." Robert rekindled his romance with Kris, who was by then working as an air hostess. The pair married in 1978 and Robert paid for her every need, including a boob job. Daniela Westbrook's fiancé Alan Thomason is already engaged, and his missus is furious. Celebrity Big Brother hit with shocking 38 Ofcom complaints over bullying of girls allowed. Sarah Harding. Celebrity Big Brother's Trisha Paytas quits the show just moments after being saved by the public. Katie Price gets slammed by fans after daughter Bunny wears fur sliders on Instagram. Love Island's Marcel Somerville asks Gabby Allen to move in, and it's happening next month, but he was soon angered by her extravagance, raging after one shopping spree. Can you believe that? Who needs a belt for $3,000? Kris gushed that Robert was her prince, but that didn't stop her jumping into bed with LA Heat soccer player Todd Waterman, who was 11 years her junior. Kris had her first 4 children, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe and Rob, before relations with Robert soured. Robert's childhood pal Joni Migdal said Kris was coming home at 2 and 3 in the morning drunk. She would tell Robert, "I have 4 kids and I have not lived life." Kris said she and Todd had sex in cars, in a closet, on a tennis court, in a pool house and in a garage. Pals caught them bonking in a gym. Keeping up with the Kardashians' 10-year anniversary special, she persuaded the footy player to rent a house in Malibu, which she paid to furnish with Robert's money. And Kris even invited her 23-year-old lover into her family home. Waterman later described playing tennis with footballer Justin Fashanu at their LA mansion while Robert looked on suspiciously. Robert finally uncovered proof of their fling, receipts for purchases Kris had made for Waterman. In a fury, he swung the golf club at the back of his love rival's car. Waterman claimed, "I said, 'Holy yes, Kris, can I pull over and confront him?' She screamed, 'No, he might have a gun.'" Robert's pal OJ also confronted Waterman, according to Oppenheimer, bellowing at him in a phone call, "You just fed Snow White. Now you're going to have to deal with me." Kim, Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian with younger brother Robert Kardashian with his 3 girls on an Easter egg hunt. He then told Kris to get a vibrator. Simpson had also been drawn into affair claims with Kris. She and Robert were said to not have had sex during the time third child Khloe, who arrived in 1984, was conceived. Robert's pastor Ken Gullock said, "It was my strong impression that he loved Khloe very much. But he said it in a way that implied, she's not my blood daughter." Simpson denies being the father. Robert was unwilling to take a DNA test and said, "Whoever her father is, she is my child." Years later, his 2 subsequent wives Jan Ashley and Ellen Pearson said Robert claimed that Khloe was not his biological daughter. The Kardashians finally divorced in 1991. Months later, Kris married Olympian Bruce Jenner. Robert Kardashian with convicted felon O.J. Simpson during the infamous Dublin murder trial left to right Johnny L. Cochran Jr., Peter Neufeld, Robert Shapiro, Robert Kardashian, and Robert Blazer. Seated at left, she and Bruce, who now lives as Caitlyn, went on to have daughters Kendall and Kylie and star together in Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kris was made executive producer of the reality TV series which premiered in 2007. But the family's first taste of fame came in 1994 when Simpson was arrested for the murders of ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ron Goldman. Robert supported his pal, showing up to court nearly every day as a member of the athlete's legal team. But ex-wife Kris, who had lost her friend Nicole, was furious with her excess defense of Simpson, who was acquitted. Simpson later served time for armed robbery and kidnap. He is due to be released in October. Everyone gets excited in teaser for season finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. There was further fallout when Kim became a bride for the first time aged 19 in 2000. Robert disapproved of her husband, music producer Damon Thomas. They would divorce in 2003. The same year, doctors told Robert he had esophageal cancer. He died 8 weeks after the diagnosis. On his deathbed, Priscilla Presley phoned to tell Robert she loved him. Oppenheimer added it brought tears to his eyes. Years later, after Robert's kids became famous, his widow Ellen Pearson sold off excerpts of what was allegedly his diary. It described how Kris left the kids unattended while she screwed all night. The diary also contained claims that Kris pulled Kourtney's hair and twisted her arms. It alleged Kim had also been beaten. Kris sued Pearson in 2013, insisting that Robert's kids owned the diary's copyright. Pearson filed for defamation and emotional distress. Left to right, Khloe Kardashian, former Olympian Bruce Jenner, TV personality Kimberly Kardashian, Kris Jenner and Kourtney Kardashian promo for the reality TV show that made the Kardashians famous for being famous. The copyright claim was settled in 2014 and the Kardashians were awarded £64,000. Robert's friend Larry Cranes says his pal would have been proud as punch of his girls today. He said, "Would Robert have liked Kim's sex tape? Probably not. But would he have liked the fact that they have made a tremendous amount of money? Definitely." Meanwhile, it seems his ambitious ex-wife is already planning the next move, running for political office, inspired by fellow reality TV star Donald Trump. She reportedly said, "If Mr. Weird Hair can do it, so can I. As with everything the Kardashians touch, it looks certain to be a ratings winner." The Kardashians, an American drama by Jerry Oppenheimer, is published by St. Martin's Press on September 19. Kardashian family mock Kim for her big bum in the first ever KUTWK episode.